The Chicago Bears had 3 players that were in consideration for induction into the Hall of Fame, and I'm proud to say that all 3 players got in: Julius Peppers, Mongo, and Devin Hester, all being inducted into the 2024 class of the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. So we got 3 players being inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Chicago Bears. In the first one, Julius Peppers, who played with the Chicago Bears from 2010 to 2013. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler with the Bears in 2010, 11, and 12. He's a 2010 first-team All-Pro and 4th in Defensive Player of the Year voting. When you look at it at over the 4 seasons with Chicago, he had 37.5 sacks, which actually ranked as 15th in overall franchise history. Julius Peppers is somebody who I think people still associate with this time as a Bear. They don't look at him as like overall his career just being a Bear, but he's somebody who's had a great career. He had a really, really solid career here with the Chicago Bears, so he is going to be inducted in this case. And listen, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer, the number 2 overall pick in the 2002 NFL Draft. And listen, he was a guy who spent his career getting the quarterbacks, playing solidly, and just being a monster. And when we signed him, it was a big signing, one of the best free agent signings of that year that we went out and got him in 2010. And listen, Lovie Smith went out and got his guy after revamping that roster, and now Julius Peppers is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Next up, Steve Mongo McMichael, who played with the Chicago Bears from 1981 to 1993. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler in 86 and 87. He was 2-time first All-Pro in 85 and 87 as well. And he had 95 sacks, which at the time of his retirement were the most ever by defensive tackle. He was a 6th player in the 1995 Chicago Bears that are going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He joins his teammates in Walter Payton, Michael Singletary, Dan Hampton, Richard Dent, and Jim Covert in that time period. And Mongo speaks for himself. This is a guy who just he really is one of the people that helped set the standard of what a Chicago Bears football team is and the monsters of the Midway, right? What that Bears defense, what that mentality and that historic defense that we have, and the reason why many Bears fans look at the team and think defense first. Mongo was a huge part of all of that. He was part of the all-decade team as well. Mongo is just an absolute dog and a beast, and I'm glad to see that he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I know he got some health concerns going on with him, so it's good to see that he's going to be able to enjoy his flowers while he's still here and enjoy this induction into the Hall of Fame. Now, next up and last, and this was a long time coming, Devin Hester, who played with the Chicago Bears from 2006 to 2013, 3-time Pro Bowler in 2006, 7, and 2010. He was 3-time AP first team All-Pro in 2006, 7, and 10 as well. All-decade team in the 2000s for punt return, and then all-decade team for kick return in the 2010s. Listen, this guy helped change what special teams was looked at in the NFL, period. He set or tied a record, Bears record, an NFL record for 20 career return touchdowns come on now. Like, when it comes down to Devin Hester changed the game of football for a little while there. He, as we talked about on today's stream when we were all together, at what he did to opposing defenses or coaches of having to find a way to game plan for Devin Hester in special teams in both the punt and the kick return game. It's just something that you can't overlook. He changed special teams how it was looked at as a give me, kind of something that you had to prepare for, right? You wanted to get the best field position, things like that, but he turned it into a legit weapon, opening up a Super Bowl with a touchdown return. Devin Hester, absolutely, his resume, the way that he changed special teams, the fact that you cannot tell the story of football without talking about Devin Hester, he absolutely deserved to get into. This is his 3rd time being up, and I'm glad to see him inducted into it because, listen, this is a guy who just did everything in far as changing that special teams. I'm glad to see Devin Hester get his flowers and be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But just wanted to give this quick update, man. We got three former Bears being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Let me know what you guys think on it all down below. Make sure you're following the show at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, you can do that at 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.